Well, today's story is called The Two Sisters. The two sisters are called Mary and Martha, and I'm going to share it with you from this Lion Storyteller Bible. And here is a page with all the pictures that I'd like you to think about as we hear the story. Now, there's lots of things for us to think about and actions to be engaged with too. Let's have a look at those pictures there. What do you think that person's doing? Well, it looks to me like they're working really hard. Look, they're carrying drinks. They're getting rid of rubbish and sweeping away. Then they're carrying stuff. They're brushing the floor. They're gathering things together and generally tidying up. Oh, that's a picture of someone who is very, very busy. And alongside those pictures, there's another one of people sat around a man in white whose name is Jesus, who's clearly teaching them or giving them a story, and they're listening carefully. Even the dogs listening carefully, and they're asking some questions. And generally, they're being very calm and still. They're sat cross-legged on the floor or kneeling on the floor. Perhaps that's just what like you need to do at school. Listening and learning. Well, what I'd like you to think about during this story is some of the actions that we could do and say, so we can sort of think about all the different characters. Now it's Martha who is doing all the sweeping and cleaning, and actually she gets quite annoyed during this story. And at times she just sort of cross your arms, like, oh, it's not fair. I don't feel right. Ooh. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll have the other sister, Mary, who sits just just very still and calmly, just still and calmly. And then we might think about some of the movements. How about scrubbing the floor? Imagine you've got a brush there, you're scrubbing and scrubbing away at the floor until my fingers hurt, it says, it will say. And then there's another image of Martha plucking chickens, getting the feathers off the chicken, ready to have a glorious dinner. So you have to pluck away. And then she's baking bread. Ooh, oh, that's quite hot actually. Ooh, breaking the bread. And then sweating. It's so hot for hours. Oh, it's so hot. Then Then she's done some mopping, so more sweeping. Can we pretend we got a mop? Swap, and then washing. How are we going to do washing? Well, we could just do washing our face, I think, just for this. And tidying up, putting everything away, getting really nice and organised, and make it all very, very, very neat. Now that's a lot of movement, and I'll do it very slowly. So hopefully we'll enjoy the story and all need to do some of the movement. Okay, here we go. It's not fair, moaned Martha. It's just not fair. I've cleaned the house from top to bottom. From top to bottom. I've scrubbed the floor until my fingers hurt. But all my sister does is to sit there and to talk to Jesus. It's not right, moaned Martha. It's just all not right. I've plucked the chickens, I've baked the bread, and I've sweated for hours over a hot stove. Try again. It's just not right. I've plucked the chicken, I've baked the bread, and I've swept it for hours over a hot stove. But all my sister does is to sit there and talk to Jesus. Oh, it won't do, moaned Martha. It just won't do. Mopping up, washing up, tidying up. I've done it all, and I'm fed up. I'm fed up because all my sister does is to sit there, sit and talk to Jesus. Oh, Martha, sighed Jesus. Martha, my friend, I'm so glad you invited me to your house. The place is spotless. The food was delicious, especially the chicken. But you mustn't be angry with Mary, your sister, for she has made the right choice. Cooking and cleaning and washing up are important, but sometimes it is better to put away your brushes and cloths, to rest and to sit and talk with me. Amen. I wonder, which part of the story did you enjoy best? Who are you more like, Martha or Mary? Are you someone who always needs to be active and doing and preparing? Or do you prefer sometimes to just sit and be quiet to listen? I wonder. Now, I did think of bringing to the screen things like brushes and dusters and so on, and I'm really pleased that the story didn't say that Martha was ironing, because, to be honest, I don't really know where the iron is in our house. I I I'm really fortunate that my wife Fiona does so much of the Martha work, the preparing and getting ready. Although I do a lot of the cooking, I wonder, what is Jesus really trying to say in this story? He's seeing these two people, two sisters, who clearly love each other, because we hear about them quite a lot through the Bible. These two sisters who've just got two very different ways of being and working. And I think Jesus is saying that both things are right. They did have a choice to do all the preparation. After all, Jesus was a very welcome guest and a very important guest, and there would have been lots of people who would come into the house too, so there needed to be food. It needed to look nice and comforting and welcoming, and all of that was vital and important and right. But the purpose of Jesus' visit was to be with the people and to be with his friends and to share with them some of his thoughts and wisdom. So if they were all too busy preparing for the arrival of the guest, that they ended up ignoring the guest, then really there was little point in Jesus going at all. Jesus saying, well, I need both. And that's true, isn't it? We know there are times when we just need to work. We have to sit quietly and read a book, or write a story, or work out some sums, or learn how the world works. And there are those times when we just need to go out and play and enjoy. And there are other times when we just need to sit quietly. Jesus and God ask us to care for the world, and we can only do that by understanding how the world works and for caring for it. Keep the environment clean, to gather the harvest, to prepare for the next harvest. All that is about working. But we also need those moments when we just stop and sit and listen. We listen to the rhythm of life around us, and we listen to Jesus. He will come and speak to us and show us the way. Sometimes we do just need to sit and to listen in order that we can go out ready to work for him, to be as his light in the world, and to play, to work, to rest, and to play. Work, rest, and play. Some of you might think of a Mars bar at this moment. Work, rest, and play. Jesus wants us to do all those things, and to respect that there are times when we will feel more inclined to rest than work, or play than rest. And all things are to be valued and to be loved and to be known as being part of the wonder of living in God's creation. And Jesus is our light. He teaches us and guides us. We do need to sit and to listen, and then to act and to work. We're going to join together in a song, favourite at St Giles, My Lighthouse.